What are the drivers, the underlying drivers, if you like, for the strength in the performance you're reporting today?
Good morning, and thank you for having me in the program. As you said, we have delivered very strong growth in the quarter. Net operating income, pre-provision profits was up 15%, thanks to very good performance in our net interest income, coming from growth in both loans and deposits and mutual funds, and strong margin management. You can see that in the UK, in Spain, and other countries where we have been lowering the cost of deposits. And also the strong fee income as the economies have started to recover, particularly coming from CIB and individuals, and obviously our cost control efforts. We announced very deep cost control actions, and these have been delivered.
Good morning, Jose. As you say, good results, and you say that there's very close cost control actions. You've booked a €530 million charge as a net charge for restructuring this year. How many more of these one-off costs can we expect to see in coming quarters?
No, this is the entire restructuring charge that we expect for the year. So we wouldn't expect to have more restructuring charges. These correspond mostly to the UK and Portugal. But again, this is what we expect for the whole year.
You've managed to turn in some good numbers from the UK and the US. In my first question, I was asking about the underlying drivers. I wonder if you can expand on that just a little bit. And is it possible to link the rollout of vaccines then with stronger performance in the business? Talk us through what the drivers are here.
Well, definitely. Both the US and the UK are more advanced in the vaccination program than many other countries, especially in continental Europe. And that obviously can be seen in the business in the US. On top of that, the work that we did over the last few years position us very, very well to benefit from improving market conditions. We have also made significant regulatory progress as the Fed terminated our written agreement. So very good, let's say, foundations to benefit from improving conditions. We are growing our business. Net operating income in the US increased 19%, and also cost of risk decreased, especially in our consumer finance business. In the UK, very strong mortgage market, very strong volumes, and also the margin management that I mentioned before, coming from the change in the conditions of our current account. Also, a year ago, we started to see improvements in our efficiency ratio in the UK, and that is also contributing to that. Also, very, very low cost of risk in the UK. So, fundamentally, very strong performance in all lines of the P&L in both countries.
You've received some very strong, well, not you personally, but the banking sector has received some very strong criticism from the Spanish government in the last week. How do you expect to kind of respond to that? And have you been in touch with the government specifically on those comments?
Well, we have, and indeed, we are transforming our distribution network, not only in Spain but in all countries. The customers are changing their relationship with the banks, and they are using more and more digital channels. In the first quarter, we conducted 50% of our transactions through digital channels. So obviously we are adjusting again our distribution network to what our customers require. We are investing at the same time in digital channels. We're investing in high value-added call centers. So this is a transformation of our distribution network, and this is not only happening in Spain, but it's happening everywhere.
OK, that was part of the criticism, perhaps. There were many legs to it. Let me also ask you about something else then, Jose, and that is about the lawsuit with Andrea Orcel. It's supposed to be held in May. Are there any chances that you're going to settle on this front?
Well, this is the legal proceedings are ongoing, so it would not be very appropriate for me to comment. Our focus is very much on running the business and supporting our customers from the pandemic, and especially in Spain, that was hit very, very hard by the COVID.
Would you like to avoid this ending up in a courtroom, though?
No, as I said, I mean, the legal proceedings are ongoing. So, again, let's wait to see how those develop.
Okay, let me ask you briefly about the Brazilian business. How concerned are you about the economic and currency volatility that we're seeing in Brazil? Clearly, the dreadful fight against coronavirus there still very much in train.
Well, the pandemic is hitting some developing economies harder. In Brazil, Brazil is being hit also quite hard, especially in the north of the country. Brazil is like a huge continent, as you know, and we have very different areas which are being affected differently. We're working very hard with authorities to try to help in solving that. Having said that, on the back of that, the economy is doing pretty well. The banking system is growing. We have historically low interest rates, affordability rates for customers and SMEs, for individuals and SMEs, is at all-time high. So we are seeing quite a strong, robust financial business in Brazil. Our return on equity in the first quarter was over 20%, around 20% in Brazil, which shows how well the economy is doing and how well the financial system is doing.